9th standard science, the chapter carbon and its compounds. One of the important chemistry chapter exam point of view, right? So in our previous class we have discussed about the covalent compounds and about the covalent bond with so many examples. So in today's class, let us learn few more things about the carbon. See, as I said in the previous class, carbon, it forms so many molecules. It has formed so many compounds, not the molecules, the compounds in the nature. Millions of compounds you can get it which are all made up of the carbon. Why? What is the reason behind that? So that all we are going to discuss in today's class. So to begin with that, let us study about allotropes of a carbon. Allotropes of a carbon. Yes, students, what do you mean by allotropes? There are so many elements in the nature which are all having their things which are all exist in the different physical state but chemically they are similar. What I want to say, students, see, carbon is the carbon, graphite you take. Graphite is having carbon, it is made up of the carbon, but physically it looks different than the carbon. Carbon is one of the soft non-metal, right? Diamond if you take, diamond is quite hard but it is made up of the carbon atoms. If you take the soot, coal, coke, so many examples will come which are all made up of the carbon. So what I want to say, what are all the allotropes? The compounds which are all the molecules which are all made up of the carbon, chemically same, chemically they are same but physically different. Physically different. Physically they looks different, but if you check their chemical composition, all might be made up of the carbon. Like this in the nature, so many elements we find, students. There is one element that is the carbon. So let me take few examples, few allotropic forms of the carbon like graphite, diamond, fullerenes. So let us study about these are all called as the allotropes of the carbon. What do you mean by allotropes? These are all physically different but chemically with the same composition. So these are all, not only these, students, as I told you, coal, coke, it may be the soot, so many things comes. Few examples we have taken. If you check the arrangement of the graphite, it may be the graphite or it may be the diamond. So these two are exist in the crystalline allotropic form of carbon. Crystalline allotropic form of the carbon. So molecules have arranged in a layers in case of a graphite. In a layers they have arranged. And as you know, graphite is one good conductor of the electricity also. Right? So coming to the diamond, you know how hard it is. Diamond is the hardest one. Why it is so hard? Because of arrangement of carbon atoms. One carbon atom with a 4 carbon. One carbon with a 4 carbon. Like that there is an arrangement of the atoms in case of the diamond, and they are very close to each other. Because of this arrangement, diamond is quite hard. As all you know the usage of the diamond and all, right? There is one more example, that is fullerenes. These graphite and diamond exist in the nature, natural one, but the fullerene is the prepared one, artificial, it has made one, right? So if you check the structure of the fullerene, it resembles like a football. How you find the arrangement of the football? Means like this you find the arrangement, students. Okay. So this type, each one has a carbon. Hope you are understanding. Okay. So the 60 carbon atoms. So that is the composition of the fullerene. It can be converted as the semiconductor. So many uses we find. Don't bother about that. Now we are focusing on how is the arrangement of carbon in different allotropic forms of the carbon only. Right? So these are all the examples for allotropes of carbon. Take down, students. Yes, students, coming to the next one, that is versatile nature of the carbon. As in the beginning of the chapter we have discussed, carbon can form millions of compounds. So how it is possible? Because of its versatile nature. What comes under versatile nature of the carbon? It is its two important properties called catenation and tetravalency. Tetravalency. So these are the two main reasons for the unique nature of the carbon, so that it can form carbon-carbon chain as well as carbon with some other molecules, and that is called versatile nature of the carbon. So let us study the first one, what is catenation. See students, if I take the carbon can combine with another carbon. How many I can write? How many you want you can write. Means you can combine with many carbon atoms to form a large molecule. Just like we have discussed about the fullerene. 60 carbon atoms have combined, right? So like that, carbon can combine with other carbon atoms to form a large molecule, and that is the property called catenation. That is the property called as the catenation. So this catenation property is responsible for the formation of millions of carbon compounds. Right, students? Yes. Take down this example. So what this we are showing, it may be hydrogen, it may be chlorine, it may be nitrogen, whatever it is. So what we want to say here, carbon can combine with another carbon atom to form a long chain or a large molecule of a carbon. So that is the property called catenation. So they can combine in a straight line. They can combine in a straight line. This is called straight chain. Straight chain. They can combine as a branched one. They can combine as a branch. You can get a branch to that. Hope you are understanding, students. Yes, you can get a branch. It can be like this also. Right? So this is called as branched carbon chain. Carbon chain, but it is having the branches, so called as the branched carbon chain. Or it can be of the ring type. See, triangle, tetra, right? It may be pentagonal. Right? So it can be of the ring type also. So these are called ring shaped carbon chains. Straight carbon chain, branched carbon chain, ring shaped carbon chain. So carbon can form. They can form the bond with another carbon in any of this manner, and it can form a large molecule of the carbon, which is a property called catenation, and which is responsible for making millions of carbon compounds. Right, students? Hope you are understanding, and take down the examples. One more thing, students. Compounds of carbon, they can form between two carbon. You can find a single bond. These are called saturated carbon compounds, and you can get it double bond or it may be triple bond between two carbon, and these two cases are called as saturated carbon compounds and the unsaturated carbon compounds. Not only straight chain, branched chain, ring form, you can get a single bond called saturated carbon compounds. You can get double or triple bond, those are called unsaturated carbon compounds. So many varieties we can get with the carbon. Coming to the second property, that is tetravalency. What is tetravalency? Just now we have discussed that carbon is having 4 electrons in its outermost shell. So it is having the 4 electrons in the outermost shell, so that is called tetravalency. And because of this tetravalency, easily it can combine with the another carbon atoms in all the directions. It can combine with the other carbon atoms and they can form the small. They can occupy the less space with the large molecules, and that is also the reason why it can form millions of compounds. So what is tetravalency at last, students? Carbon has a valency of 4, so that is called as tetravalency. Because of tetravalency, it can form n number of bonds with the carbon, or it may be with the another elements also. Right? So these catenation and tetravalency are called as the versatile nature of the carbon. So this is the reason why we are getting millions of compounds of a carbon. Right? Take down students example. Yes, students, practice these all. Remaining we will discuss in our next class. Okay? Thank you. Have a good day.